Welcome back to TsetsTransport, and in this video today we'll be taking a first look at the new Barangaroo metro station. Fairly similar to the Waterloo metro station, we'll be able to take a look around, ride on the escalators, lifts, have a look at the new platforms, and have a couple little talks with some other YouTubers, including Aheadmatthewawsome and Transport Vlog. So yeah, thank you all for tuning into the video, and hope you all enjoy. When firstly walking into the station, on your right you can see these new set of lifts. These take you down to the new concourse, which will be featured later in this video. Check the chapters below, but this is what you'll see around here. So there's really nothing much going on around the area. My guess is that there's going to be some recreational spaces, such as like tennis courts, basketball courts, parks, playgrounds, stuff like that, just to make it nice. I would like to see a lot of greenery around the area, especially because, well, Barangaroo just seems like a green sort of area that should be green. So yeah, definitely have some potential for the entrance around Barangaroo station. So that's above ground, so let's take a look at the entrance and below ground to the moment you've all been waiting for, the concourse. You are first greeted with, of course, the Barangaroo metro station sign, 3 escalators, 2 going down, 1 coming up. You then go down these escalators, have a nice little kind of view outside. Obviously when the recreational spaces will be open and around, that you'll have a good view out of there. Then you descend down into this sort of sub-level area, which then takes you down to another set of escalators, which take you down to the concourse area. And here it is in all its glory, well, unfinished glory, as some panels, as you can see, are still missing. This is the new concourse for Barangaroo metro station. You first head down these escalators here, go to the left, and you have the opal gates. Then you walk in just here, and you have the lifts, similar to the layout of Castle Hill station. Then you have escalators going down to each side. Now, something that I didn't really learn from when walking in, and it's just for this open day only, but each side, the escalators are only going one way, such as the side that this is on just here is only going up and not to the concourse down to the platform. But pretty much I made a big embarrassment of myself, and just roll the clip. I'm starting to have second thoughts about including this in the video. And after making the mistake that everyone makes every single day in their lives, totally, it is now time to take a look at the platform. So as you can see just here, they have some really nice sandstone work with some facts about it coming up with the interviews shortly. We then go down the escalators, get down to the platforms, fairly similar to Waterloo, although definitely is quite nicer. Once you get down on platforms 1 and 2, to your left is platform 2 for northbound trains towards Tallawong, and then platform 1 for south and westbound trains towards Sydenham, and then beyond to Bankstown in the future. It is now time to walk down the platform. First we're walking down platform 2. Now again, this is very similar to Waterloo metro station. You have the same sort of waiting lines, I guess you could call it, for when you get onto the metro train. It is slightly different compared to Waterloo. Still got your normal information display screens. The lifts are in the exact same spot as they would be in Barangaroo and probably some other metro stations, including Castle Hill. Then you make your way out of the little lift area, and then you reach what's more seating, help points, and then underneath the other set of escalators, and then you're heading towards the end of the platform. So it's fairly straightforward, it's not overcomplicated. In my opinion, it's a very nice platform. I like how spacious it is compared to stations such as Town Hall on the platforms, or at Wynyard, or on any other general Sydney train stations. And then you head down to the other end of the platforms facing towards Sydenham. Now, I will take a quick peek in the tunnel in a second, but you can actually see some of the signals inside the tunnel. They're obviously displaying red. at the moment, but they, like Waterloo as well, they had it closed off in this area just here. You can't really see much of the tracks, but it's fairly similar to Waterloo Station, so nothing much that anyone's missing out on just there. Now, yeah, so what we're going to do now is, that's a general sort of tour of the station. And just after filming this, I ended up bumping into a familiar face who you all may have heard of, Matthew from Aheadmatthewawsome. So I asked if he would like to be interviewed, and he of course agreed. So here is Matthew's opinion on Barangaroo Station. He'll also mention a couple of stuff that will be mentioned after his talk, and then we'll also have a chat with someone else.
Hi there, my name is Matthew and I'm on the YouTube channel Aheadmatthewawsome. I've probably been mentioned on this channel probably a few dozen times already. So when you arrive at the station, it looks like that there's not that much happening down there because it's purposely like that as a minimalistic design on the outside so that it doesn't overshadow the reserve. What happens is that when you go down the escalators, and I came down here just at the concourse just upstairs, I saw all the sandstone and all this artwork. There's a lot of sandstone around in the upper North Shore, and it made me feel like home. It felt like home, and I just fell in love with this station immediately. I could probably make a new TV show about that, Love at First Sight. I think the name might be taken, but it matches perfectly to everything happening upstairs. You know, sort of a sandstone sort of around the cove and also at the reserve as well. So it matches very well with that. Same thing with the flooring as well, sort of a sandstone-like design. I was chatting to some people, and the sandstone comes up from Gosford Quarry, so it's local quarry, and it was installed handmade as well, so it's actual sandstone up there, actual sandstone, and I can tell you it is real. I can just see, just by my eyes, I can see that it is actually real. And yeah, and it was all installed handmade. About 7,500 were installed around here. And then great thing about just the metro in general is, platform screen doors here, no big gaps or steps between the train and the platform, which is great as well. One thing they need to do is do the cheeky little the slogans here, like catch the metro. I'm on my way or something like that, down there. Because I love that with the platform screen doors. I only just noticed that here, and then also you'll notice just up here that the overhead wires look a little bit different because around here in the news section they've sort of condensed the 1500 volts DC into a small little compact area as well, which they can now do as well. And then you also have the signals here. They do look quite similar to with the trams and then also other parts of the metro. You can see sort of a similar system here as well. That's sort of something out there as well, even though the trains will be using communications-based train control. So this is like one of the few places where you would actually see a physical signal near junctions and stuff like that and major stations. Now another thing I'll mention just very quickly is that one thing that I noticed here was that there's sort of this weird wall here that sort of doesn't really fit well with the rest of the station, and you might notice sort of the ticket barriers sort of going out to nowhere, and sort of having this area just very tight sort of around here and only having one entrance. That's because past here, behind here is where there's going to be a new southern concourse over here that will make it easy to connect to like the main part of Barangaroo, the Crown Casino, the International Towers, One Sydney Harbour, and the ferries as well up that way. But that's being done by a private developer who will be building all the transit-oriented development above us. So more medium density. It's not going to be like huge towers like the Crown. It's not going to be like the Crown up above. It's just going to be more medium density development. But that's not going to start construction yet because they need to go for like development applications and deal with the council first before they build the new entrance here. So on day one it's going to be like this, and for the first few years it will look like this as well. But eventually, sometime or another, there will be a new southern entrance up here, and will probably be the next for the City and Southwest project. After the after the conversion to Bankstown, it will be the next biggest thing for this line, is the new entrance.
And that was Matthew from Aheadmatthewawsome. Thank you for being part of the video, Matthew. Do check out his channel, which is located in the description below, or head back to see the tag on the top right of the screen, which was also featured when he was talking. Now, this is when I also ran into another person who you guys may recognize. So here he is now, and again talking about the new Barangaroo metro station.
Thanks, Elliot, for inviting me into your YouTube world. So Barangaroo Station has 180,000 concrete blocks, 7,700 panels of real sandstone, 160 kilometres of electrical cables, 814 speakers, 123 cameras and 23 customer information displays. And the station box, including the non-public areas on either side, is long enough to fit the Crown Casino on its side. For more fun facts, do subscribe to Transport Vlog and look out for my Barangaroo Open Day video, which is coming to a screen near you very soon.
Thank you, Paul. As Paul mentioned, his video on Barangaroo will be out fairly soon, so do check out his channel and have notifications turned on so you can be the first to see his new Barangaroo video. Okay, so now we're going to head on to having a look at all the lifts in the stations. We'll be taking a ride on the lifts down to the platforms, then we'll take a ride on the slightly longer lifts from the concourse up to the top where the entrance is outside. So here is the lift ride from the concourse down to platforms 1 and 2.
Thank you.
Whilst waiting for my lift, I had the time to take a look at another area of the station which hasn't really been mentioned in this video, and that's basically just a sort of walkway sort of area towards the lift, along with some information display screens, some signs, top-up machines, and more. So here it is now, whilst we wait for our lift up to the top. As you can see just here, there are still some parts of the station that are a little bit unfinished. Here are the lifts that take you up to the entrance. I'll be riding up these in just a second while we wait for them. Here is a little view of the area around the lift waiting area, which is right next to another set of escalators down to the metro platforms. And just here is where you'll most likely exit out to the new medium density buildings, the park area and Hickson Road. As you can see here, you get quite a detailed look at what will eventually be the new Park Lane area and the new medium density buildings. Then there was this room, which I'm not quite sure what it was, but from what I believe it might be a ventilation room. If you know what it is, do let me know in the comments below. And on to what was well described as one of the best parts of my last video at Waterloo, the toilet tour.
No toilet review this time, I tried it earlier.
Oh, that's sad. And for those who are going to comment down saying, what are you talking about? It's a temporary toilet? Yes, I know, just for comedy. No offending to anyone. So that's the toilet tour. If you've watched this far, let me know in the comments below. What toilet tour was better? The Waterloo Metro Station 1 or Barangaroo? So Waterloo is part 1 and Barangaroo is part 2. So which one's better, part 1 or part 2? Let me know in the comments below. Now, as I wrap up on all the features of the station, here just now is just a montage pretty much of uninterrupted raw videos of Barangaroo Station, showcasing the platforms, the artwork, the sandstone, lifts, escalators and more. So here it is now.
It's not done yet. Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately that brings this video towards a close. Thank you all so much for watching, and I thought I'd just give a little shout out to those who I saw today. So thank you to Aheadmatthewawsome, Sydney Trains Vlogs, Transport Vlog, Rail Down Under, Max Conto, and many more people. So I'll try and see if I can tag them all in the description. Do make sure you check out their channels if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you know most of their channels. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Of course, we need to give the station a nice little smiley face. The experience was perfect. Yeah, so thank you all for watching, and let me know what you think of the new Barangaroo metro station in the comments below. And I'll see you guys all at the next metro station.